Previously on the Guardians of Fehal.
You guys! You accepted an escort mission to the city of Mirefield, a farming town north of Faine. After a bandit encounter, you arrived in the town just before sundown. Song, the merchant you were escorting, sold his merchandise at the store, and the twins spoke to the local sheriff and priest about the city's ghost problem. The party waited out at night and went to see if they could find the ghosts, and you did find the ghosts. They came up out of the fields, and Hans and Franz, Andrew's character almost died, but his brother was there to save him in the nick of time. After killing 3 of the ghosts, the party went to rest for the night. The next morning, you went out into the fields to go look for any signs of necromancy. When not finding anything there, you went to the bog, trying to north of town to see if there was anything. You didn't find anything there. Doing your due diligence, you stayed up for one more night in the city, watching to see if the spirits came back, and they did not. So now, where you guys left off, you left Mirefield in the morning, and then you wandered back to Faine, and you had a little bit of a divergent way because you were looking for the bandit hideout, and it did take you a while, and then especially after gathering up all this stuff, it took about 4 extra hours to your journey, but you guys got quite a bit of stuff from that. What are you guys doing on your way back?
I would like to have a conversation with Rowan and Nora. If that's possible to do.
What are you guys doing? Because you have a cart now, and then there was also another.
We have 2 carts.
You have 2 carts. If you took them all.
We totally took the cart
yeah.
and second set of
2 carts
horses.
and how many horses?
2. So they
2 extra
basically have enough.
Because we had, did we have 2 or
We
3?
had
4.
We had 4.
And
Now
then
you
we got
have
another
2.
2
We have 6.
and a cart. Yep.
So 6 horses
And
total.
we have to be
and 2
careful
carts.
about talking over each other.
Sorry. Yeah. So 6 horses in total now and 2 carts. It's like a math problem from
The
elementary
4 of the
school.
horses were not ours. Technically.
Yes.
They were
Yeah.
Yep, they're the guilds.
borrowing.
That means we own 2 horses.
Yeah.
So I mean, is it something where like we could have a conversation on the road, or do we need to wait till we get back?
That's up to you. I don't know how you guys are riding back with your horses, and like if you hooked. If you did 2 and 2 in the carts.
Nora's in the cart, so.
Okay.
Yeah, Nuno will probably be in the other
Chilling.
cart.
And I know, like, my Hans and Franz is definitely doing the scouting ahead, riding ahead sort of thing, like he was before.
Yeah, I suppose maybe stay behind and watch as well.
Okay.
So probably when we get back.
All right. Well, if nothing is happening in regards to that, you guys are. It's a fairly uneventful trip back. The main difference is you can kind of see that there's storm clouds rolling in because it is summertime and it is known to have some storms roll through. It's not unusual. They don't always make it past the mountains, but this one kind of did. So it's getting a little cloudy and stuff as you're heading back, and it gets dark earlier than normal.
I mean, does it look like it's going to hit us before we make it back to town? Like something where we should probably set up shelter here?
It looks like you guys will probably be okay, but it's gonna probably hit within the next 3 hours, and you guys got about 2 hours left. It just makes it a little darker than early.
Hmm.
Like,
So, question.
yes.
Do we want to donate any of the supplies that we got into the guild? For letting us
I mean,
use
I
their
don't-
stuff?
I don't really know why we would keep it for ourselves.
Okay. Well, we could try to sell some of it, like the studded leather. That's 45 gold. New, so we'd get about half.
I mean,
But I mean, or we can just donate everything that we got.
I say we sell the bigger items and donate the smaller.
Okay, so
Agreed.
like the scimitars,
Sure.
daggers, like crossbows, short bows. Donate. Do we want to donate the leather armor and then just keep the studded leather? And then we can keep the cart, or we can try to sell the cart.
Well, I think one thing we should do is see what the guild master wants.
Yeah. The supplies
Don't worry about it. It's early midnight.
Gonna do your throat exercises.
Yeah.
I mean, I just want to make sure you guys are okay with donating this stuff.
Yeah.
I mean,
As
yeah, Hans and
a
Franz wouldn't like
I mean, we
as
have
far
everything.
as holding
and
on to possessions, he doesn't like.
It's like unless they're helpful in what we're currently doing,
Yeah.
they don't really care. And same with Nora.
Yeah.
Right, and we
And
found
it-
most of this stuff, so it's
Oh,
not
Yeah,
like...
maybe one of those things
Exactly.
where like,
Not like
you know,
losing
they
a
may
day.
not want it all or have
Yeah.
a need for it.
But
And
we can offer and see,
yeah.
hey, take it. Because, I mean, if they go off of a barter system, well, we just took a bunch of supplies for our trip, so that way we basically get the supplies back.
Yeah.
So, if you guys are okay with that, then that's what I'd like to do with the majority of this. Maybe minus the cart and horse, maybe keep that for ourselves. But
yeah, the cart and
store
horses,
it.
I say we either see if they can store it for us or sell
Sell.
outrage, whatever. It's just gonna get us a lot more money.
Mhm.
Yeah. Value of a horse now. Now that's something that Hans Trons cares about.
Mhm.
Value of a horse. What is the measure of a man? What is the measure of a horse?
It's usually in hands. Just saying.
Any goosies. Okay,
So
so.
you guys are making your way back, and rain hasn't started or anything yet. It still looks like it's an hour or two off, but it is dark. Like, it looks kind of like closer to nightfall at this point. About an hour outside of town. How far are you guys doing perimeters?
Like half mile, same as we were before.
Half mile?
I'm not staying half mile behind. That's
Yeah, there's no reason for you to be half mile behind.
I would only be like
Mhm.
100 yards behind them. Personally, I think a half mile ahead is still
Mhm.
that's a lot of distance.
Maybe
you know?
more like a quarter mile.
Yeah.
1,000 feet.
So
That's
probably-
pretty far away, though, still.
yeah.
Yeah.
I
Just
mean,
saying.
yeah,
That's fine.
it's
How
still
far?
really
How far are
far
you
distance
away
away.
from like the cart?
I mean, between 150.
Rowan would stick
150
pretty
feet.
close.
What's it? 100
We got the cart.
Okay, you're 100
Yeah.
feet behind. Okay. So, as you guys are making your way back, Hans and Franz, you can kind of see off in the distance because you've been keeping perception. This is Andrew's Hans and Franz. Like, you see, it looks like a figure on a horse riding incredibly hard through the hills, like up and bounding, like back towards the road. And it's fairly reckless riding, like very high speeds on hills like this where the road isn't is pretty dangerous, but they look like they're keeping their footing. What do you do when you see this? They're like booking it towards the road.
So how far out, and I mean, what's between us and them?
There just kind of looks like another hill bank between you and them and the road, and then you guys are farther ahead on the road a little bit, and you're way up. They just look kind of like they're riding, and they're trying to keep an eye, even though it's like dark. And then you can see that like they're kind of like looking back frantically, nervously and stuff.
Are they riding
Um,
towards?
Yeah, they're
Towards
riding
us or towards the road?
towards the road,
But like
We'll
but
intercept
parallel kind of towards you guys too.
them. Like, we'll intercept them.
Yeah, like they'll intercept you and they'll probably be like, where they would hit the road first from where you are is about like 50 feet of difference. So.
Okay. So he would ride up towards the cart and everybody alert. Somebody's coming quickly. Looks like they're being chased. And I'd give a whistle for my brother to.
Oh, yeah.
Try and get his attention.
Oh yeah.
What do you do when you hear that?
Oh, I know my brother's whistle.
You know, probably just get her bow a little more easily
Ready?
accessible.
Nora would
Yeah, I
stop
would-
producing random little flowers and actually take things
Okay.
seriously.
Time for the thorn.
It's dark and you guys don't see anything because there's no moon right now or anything. You're the closest a little bit still. And,
I'd probably also like veer off a bit, so
Yeah.
like I would be
uh-huh.
between them and the carts.
Can you see him? How, like, is it like nighttime dark? Or is it like.
Is it twilight dark?
It's about twilight dark
Okay,
on the
so-
verge of getting.
Which would be pretty easy to see someone.
Yeah.
Like if
Yeah.
they're riding over the hills.
I,
and
I just want to make sure it's not like dark, because then you wouldn't be able
No.
to see as a human.
Yeah.
So.
It's getting to that borderline. The cloud, it being dark early with the storm looking like it's coming in, and the clouds is what it's making it a little darker. But
So as Hans and Franz hears the sound of his brother's whistle, he'll take a stone out of one of his pockets and just cast light on it while he's riding back on the way.
like this person just is riding really hard and looking back, and kind of looks like they're slowing up a little bit, like as they get closer to the road and they see you, and they're kind of like they start to yell, and you recognize it's a woman's voice, and she says, "Be careful, and all of a sudden, there's like mist around her. And then all of a sudden, this black, flaming steed with two leathery, bat-like creatures on its back slams into her horse. Now, she falls and rolls off of it, but the horse is dead on impact. But you see this black, smoky, and fiery steed just rising up, and this woman got like launched off the horse and rolled, and it's kind of currently. You're the closest, probably to about, because you went back to the car. You're probably about 40 feet away from this when this happened. You guys are probably more like 100 or so feet away.
I'm gonna shoot the horse.
All right, let's roll initiative, guys. So we have 25 to 20.
21.
You have 21.
And I have a 20.
Okay.
Yeah, my 4 initiative.
You have a 4 too?
No, I only have plus 1.
Oh.
4 initiative.
4. I thought you
Yeah.
said you had a 4 in
20 to 15.
18.
18.
I'm gonna be here a while.
Oh no.
13.
13. What's your dex?
1.
Alright, what about you, honey?
Of course it is.
What's
That's
it?
2.
Yeah.
You're
Plus
2?
two dice.
Okay.
Like
Technical.
You're a
here-ish?
9 in my book.
Thanks, buddy.
You're a little
You're-
behind, aren't you?
You're a 10.
So where am I at?
Alright, so you were the closest. Top of the initiative is Rowan.
Rowan
What
would
do you do?
definitely stick close to the carts. Specifically because Nora's there. But I guess I'll ready a axe swing in case any enemies come near.
Okay.
That's all I can do.
Okay. Una.
I'm
You were trying to-
shooting. And let's hope I hit this. With a 20 to hit.
Yes, that hits.
Okay. And that is 8 points of damage. And then because I hit, I get an extra attack.
Yep.
And if this one hits, then I
How
get
much was the first one?
8.
8 points of damage?
Yes. And now we have a 22 to hit.
Okay, that hits.
And I get an extra d8 with this one. 4. Ooh, that sucks. 8 points of damage again.
Okay. Noted.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay with the cart so the horses don't take off. So
Nora?
Did we refresh my memory? Have we had a long
You had a long
rest?
rest.
Mhm.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure. Let's see. I am going to cast Moonbeam right where the horse is.
Okay. Alright. Now, do they take damage at the start of their turn there? or what
It
is
is
And
when a creature enters or starts their turn there.
Okay, so I'm assuming because you just landed on
It
it.
will be a total.
It will be
at its turn.
at its turn.
Okay. So, are you doing anything with your movement? Or your bonus action?
I am. Oh, let's see. I think I'm also going to use my bonus action to set down my spirit totem.
Okay.
I think I will do. What do I want to do this time? I'm gonna do the bear spirit,
Okay.
and I will set the spirit
Within 30 feet of you?
60 feet of me.
So it'd be in between.
And I mean, he does create a radius of 30 feet.
Sure, so where are you
So-
putting him then?
I think I'm gonna put him about there-ish. Does that count both of these two?
Yeah.
30. So
Because he occupies one space, right?
Right.
And
Yes.
it's a medium spirit, quote unquote
Yes.
medium spirit?
Yes.
Okay. Alright, so 10, 20,
and I have minis
20.
ready to be
30.
purchased for these.
So it looks like Hans and Franz is on the edge of that.
Yeah,
Yep,
you
and
can
so-
move it
If you did.
forward a little bit.
Hans and Franz and Rowan
Hello.
both get 9 temporary hit points.
Ooh.
Wonderful.
And you also gain advantage It says, in addition, you and your allies. I'm assuming that means any allies that are within the aura.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
The aura.
You guys also gain advantage on strength checks and saving throws while within the aura.
You get
Nice.
Nice.
Get advantage on strength checks and saving throws.
And basically, that means if any of you guys enter that aura, you automatically get those as well.
I'll get there as fast as I can.
Alrighty.
See you in 20 rounds.
Less than that.
10?
Yes.
Well, you're on a horse, so you have the horse's movement.
Yeah.
Which is 60, so I'll give him
And
10
dashing,
rounds.
I get 120.
And he's 1,000 feet
The
away.
hell?
It's probably.
I lied. You're 8 turns away.
Well, who knows? A battle could go that long.
And it could be argued that with the whistle, I maybe got a little bit of distance ahead of initiative.
Because let me think. You whistled before this popped up when she was still like 100 feet back. So you're probably only like 7 or 6 rounds away. Let's say 6 rounds away. I'm gonna be nice.
It's very nice of you, DM.
Thank you, mistress.
Okay, bedroom stuff
So
stays in
whose turn
bedroom.
is it?
I'm really confused.
So whose turn is it now?
Dungeon mistress.
It is
Oh wait.
the young woman's turn.
Hopefully
She had like she landed, like she kind of looked like she knew how to fall off of a horse, but there's a difference between falling off of a horse and like your horse getting murdered under you and you getting shoved and flung. So she's actually stunned for this round. She's trying to like breathe and looks like she just had the wind knocked out of her and is trying to get up. And you can kind of see her like grabbing her side a bit, like maybe she like hurt her rib or something. So then we go to. Oh, it's actually your turn, Andrew.
I will yell.
You gotta say it louder.
Yeah. He'll yell, somebody help her get out of here! And I'll move up to the nightmare.
Okay.
Are you on your horse still? Or did you dismount?
He would have dismounted because...
Are you charging at him?
I am... Yes, I am.
Yes.
So you're dashing towards him?
Dashing.
And
over
are you
the
attacking the
grass.
nightmare or that little imp
He said the
flying?
nightmare.
Yeah, I said the nightmare.
The imps
Okay.
are on top of it.
Gotcha.
Fucking bitch. Nope. 9.
9.
Wow.
Okay.
No repeat.
No, you do still have the blessing.
Yeah.
Isn't that what you roll a
So
lot?
10.
Wait a minute.
Is
You
it
did the
six
19. Oh
nines?
yeah. No.
Yeah,
I rolled a bunch of
last time
sixes
you
last
did.
time.
Yeah. No.
Good job,
Sorry.
your dice, dude.
You
You
bought
want
those
power
nice
stuff?
dice
Actually,
and they
don't
betrayed you.
Well, they've done well for other things.
Okay. Anything with a bonus action you can do? Or
No.
no?
That was.
The
Okay.
attack was...
Yeah.
Okay. Hi, buddy. Alright, then we have the imp's turn. The imp's
Flutter, flutter.
going to. Jeez, this is really hard.
Churn some butter.
It's their fly movement. They can fly 40 feet. This one flies. It's on top. 1, 2,
So it
3,
goes through the
4.
moonbeam? Or was it already in the moonbeam?
Yeah, it
It
would have been.
started
It
in
would have
the
started in
moonbeam,
the
so-
moonbeam. So yeah,
So let's make a wisdom save.
it takes. It's a con.
So it's a con save of, and it has to be to 13.
13. Oh, it rolled a 19. So
Okay, well it still takes half.
Okay.
So-
What is the
2d10.
2d10? What type of damage is it?
It
Holy, holy.
is-
Radiant.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Radiant?
radiant.
Okay.
It doesn't tell you if you tap it, but it's radiant.
Okay.
All right, not bad.
What is it?
Hey, 19. So knock it down to
Will
It's-
also be half.
19
yeah, it's half.
So it'll be
No.
9.
Yeah.
It's 9.
9
9.
because
Round
it,
down.
it
Round
you
down.
round
Okay.
down.
This thing shrieks in agony. It's like, ah!
Mistakes! I'm out.
And it flies very weakly over to her, and he tries to.
With
What's-
like half a wing.
What's its
What's its what?
distance from, like, can I get an attack of wind on it?
It can fly up and then
Up and
over.
Well, it's
Yeah.
already up
Yeah,
as
'cause
well
it-
because it's on.
Yeah,
top
the
of
horse.
The
The horse is at least because it's a large creature, so it's at least what 8 feet up.
Probably something
Yeah,
like that.
8
Yeah.
feet up in the air. So yeah, it flew over where you couldn't get quite an attack.
Mhm.
I mean, if he was in the front of the horse, too.
It's gonna try. It's gonna try to start pulling her towards the nightmare, but can't really get very far. I'd say it only is able to kind of move like about here because these things aren't super strong and its buddy's not moved
It's
yet.
like quarter movement.
I just got almost break to death.
Next up is the second imp's turn. Ooh, this one. What is it?
13.
13. Okay, this one is a 14 on the die. So yeah, makes
Okay.
it. But what's its damage?
14, so 7.
7. Okay. This one also looks very badly injured.
I'm assuming
This
you have
one-
10 hit points.
Let's see. It's up 8 feet. It probably would just fly right over.
So then would I get an attack on?
Yeah, this one. We'll say this one. Yeah.
15.
That
16?
hits.
Okay. No.
What's your damage bonus?
Plus 2 right now. Oh, plus 4 right now.
That's 5
5.
because blessing.
So 9 points of damage.
You kill this one. You're just like, you like slice it in half.
Its shrieking annoys you, so you cut it down.
Okay.
No!
Silence.
All
My
right.
handle was too bad for this. Shut the fuck up.
So this one is gone, and its buddy is like mad because now he's trying to pull by himself. It is the Nightmare's turn. The Nightmare is going to attempt to do a hoof attack on you.
Poof, there it is.
And it also has to take a
Oh, yeah,
con
that's
save.
Save. Roll low.
Oh no, this is
But you mean a 7?
17.
You mean a 7?
No.
I think you added a teen in there. That's not supposed to be there.
17.
Yeah, we don't allow teams
Oh,
at
that
this
one
table.
wasn't as good. So, 4 damage
4
total.
damage? Okay, let me check really quick.
Like you got 8.
I got 8.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. 4 damage. Alright, well, let's still do something.
Still
Some.
And
She doesn't huff me.
it tries to it tries to help you. Does a no wait, math. Does an 18 hit you? Okay. It does.
I think you need different dice.
Too good, too good.
It
You have it
Give
does.
them to
Roll.
Andrew.
Yeah. Trade quick.
I did its average. I'm just gonna do its average because I forgot to write down actually what the dice is, so it's gonna be easier this way. So 13 bludgeoning damage,
Okay.
and then 7 fire damage.
Ow.
Holy shit.
Painful.
It's a nightmare.
That was the Nightmare's turn.
Or nightmare.
It is. I think it seeing that those no, it's gonna stay here, and
It's gonna stay in the moon.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm just
not
saying,
in the-
so
sorry.
you can shift around.
let's shift around to here. Sorry. Okay. Now it is Josh's turn.
Okay, I dash 120 feet, so I'm now at 480-ish away.
Okay. All right, Rowan, it's your turn.
Clonk, clonk, clonk.
So that's you want to
I'm conflicted because I don't want to leave Nora, but I also don't want to leave Hans and Franz all by himself.
And fuck the girl on the ground, right?
I don't know who she is.
He has no concept
I
of
mean,
that.
I'm here to protect one person.
I know.
I'm here to protect one person, and the others are just a benefit. And that one I don't even know,
That's
so
cool.
Well,
nothing against you. I'm gonna go forward, 30 feet for sure.
Okay. Just directly towards the nightmare, or are you doing it at a certain...
Yeah, just beeline.
6?
If I dash, could I get there? But I couldn't do anything else.
6, you get close.
I could
Do you have anything
rage.
to throw?
Yeah, I'll rage. Yeah.
Are you gonna
Yep,
rage?
that's my
Okay.
turn.
Rage against the machine.
Yep. And the nightmare horse.
Yeah, mostly that.
Mainly.
We haven't seen any constructs yet.
I think I'm the only construct I've ever seen, so. And then
They're
there's
only
the whole,
machines.
And you just barely.
there's
He's
the
more
whole, there's
man
the whole
than
debate
machine.
of can
Or
you
no,
actually
wait.
see
Well,
yourself
free
kind of
the
thing?
machine.
Una, it is your turn.
I'm gonna shoot the imp
Okay.
that has the girl
Alright.
for a 19
Oh, that definitely hits.
I think it has 1 hit point left.
with 6 damage.
Yeah, you
Poof.
straight up kill it.
And how do these things die? Do they actually like?
They actually,
like, a gouge
like-
of flame?
Yeah, they like poof into a bout of flame and smoke.
Okay.
And then I will say, I got the cards. Feel free to go ahead.
Okay.
I don't do well up close anyway.
Nora, it's your turn.
Nora will get off the cart and
About
move
time.
as far forward as she can,
Okay.
which she has
Does getting off the
a
cart cost any movement, honey?
yeah
5 feet.
Yeah, it'd be 5
5
feet
feet
to
of
jump
movement.
down.
Okay.
Okay.
So I have 30 feet, so now 25 forward. And for my action, I'm going to move the moonbeam right back on top of the horse.
Okay, like
The horsey?
directly on it?
Yep.
So it fills the whole thing?
Yep.
Okay.
Don't you like horses?
Not this one.
This one's scaly.
And then for my bonus action,
It's
I'm
just a
going
little
to take my spirit totem and move them forward to about right there.
Okay.
Do I get more temp HP? Or
You get the same temp HP you had. You don't get to regain it.
Because I already lost that.
And then,
Yeah, that's gone.
does she technically then gain? the
Yeah.
temp
Yeah,
HP?
she would actually
I
get to
suppose if
make
it says
changes.
creatures of your choice.
Yeah,
Okay.
so I would want her to gain it.
What is it?
9.
9? Okay.
An advantage
Appreciate
on
it.
strength checks and saving throws.
Nice.
So you still get that though.
Let's see. Alright, so is that it for your turn?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, the young woman is gonna get up really painfully, kind of like clutching her side. Looks super mad that her horse is dead and look at the thing angrily.
Clearly.
And she's going to. Let me see. She's gonna cast something. She's gonna. You see her kind of
You're gonna
pull like a. Looks like a harp out of her, like underneath her cloak. Move forward. So it was half to stand up, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, she could definitely
Yeah.
do that.
Cocoon!
She's gonna thunder wave it. And say, go back to hell. And let's see, what is it? What is it? Con save. I should really have my own NPCs rolling against my own NPCs. Let's see.
Little Hogwarts.
Let's see.
Tumble
Well, the
down
nightmare
falls.
rolled really well. Why do I roll so well when I'm the DM? This is kind of
Because
painful.
that's how DMs do.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
Yeah, I critted you guys how many times last weekend?
read
3?
Oh, at least. I think I.
Oh, you
Yeah.
crit us?
Yeah, I
Oh,
think I
yeah.
critted you guys like
It's
4 or
just
5 times.
the laws of nature balancing things out.
Yep.
Because
it
there's
still does.
how many against one?
5 of us.
Yeah.
Versus 1
It
each.
Some
still
damage.
does some damage, even though it made it. So
It made it
It's-
say
yeah,
it's
it's
still
3. It
cast
does 3.
damage.
Yeah, so it does. She does 3 damage to it.
Ooh.
Hey, it's better than nothing.
I rolled
Better
than
super
nothing.
bad.
She could be a low level bard. It's fine.
Thunderwave's still 3d8? Or is it
No,
2?
it's 2d8.
Oh,
It's not
sad
switched.
day.
What is 3D if you upcast it?
Yeah.
Which is 6. That's slightly below
Yeah,
average.
I made 6.
That's fine. It's fine.
She's injured. It's fine.
Fine,
She's
fine.
not the hero
It's
of
fine.
the story.
There's
That's
a flaming
you
horse,
guys.
but everything's fine.
All right. After
That'll be me
her
when I
turn
finally
is
arrive.
your turn.
I'm,
You won't
I'm,
be
only,
there.
I'm only on fire. It's fine. It's fine.
Who's
Does this
Um,
one control?
You're
not-
I don't think you're on.
No, I'm
Yes, it wasn't
kidding.
here the whole time.
Okay, I will rage
Just
with my
roll
bonus
up.
action this time.
Nothing happened.
And then I
Who's
will
magically
attack.
gained a party
Okay.
member?
Natural 20!
Hey!
There it is.
Good job, Josh.
The
Alright,
blessing.
Yeah.
Blessing
so
of the
I will-
mother.
drop a smite.
Oh.
You have been smoked.
So you're doing max and then roll, right?
Yeah.
So
Max,
max
yeah.
base.
Max
damage
base,
plus
and then-
roll.
3 is. It's not undead though.
So it's 24 is your base.
Yeah.
29.
3d8. So 28.
29 plus 3d8.
Wow.
Well, no. So 20, 24
Plus 5.
5, 6, 7.
Or did you rage first?
I rage first.
Oh!
So 5, 6,
So
7.
31 plus
31
3d8.
Wow.
plus 37. 38, 39. 45 points of damage.
Hot damn.
Magical
Oh my god!
slashing.
How do you want to do this?
I go.
Nice.
I didn't think you guys would kill this.
Well.
I Well, let's get when you put a paladin out there. And he actually rolls well. I will kind of like move alongside it and just jump with the sword and just put it through its neck. And I'll be like, there's only room for one horse in my life. That is fate. And then
Yes.
then I walk over to the gal.
Yeah.
That was smooth. Good job.
Nice.
Good kind
Yeah. So then as it like goes into the neck, there'll just be like a boom of magical radiant damage.
Yeah. And then it actually, its body starts turning to ash and fire, and it just dissolves and like neighs pathetically and just crumples into the dirt.
Is that imp?
Goes all
The
sad.
imps are gone.
Sad.
Yeah, they
story.
like fizzled away.
Yeah.
Okay, Una's gonna bring the cart closer to everybody.
Nora's moonbeam just suddenly fades.
Oh man,
Bye, Moonbeam.
that's a lot of radiant damage.
That
Just
was
like,
a lot.
And none of you.
I see
was
your,
over.
I see your radiant sky beam and raise you a radiant explosion.
Take that, horse.
Well done.
Oh my god, those were great killing blow words. I'm so proud.
I imagine just afterwards, just like a yeah.
I just like
Just
you
a
guys,
high five.
You guys don't see it. The bard probably or the gal probably
Yeah.
does, but I like to my brother just like
He's all the
towards.
way over
He's
here.
not even
As he's like, I see him running, and I'm just like,
We're good.
Alright.
Just a secret 5.
Your brother has no idea what happened, so you're
Alright.
gonna
I
troll
do.
him.
There's a bright white flash and a bunch of ash.
And a giant beam from the sky.
Like from a couple hundred feet away, it's not hard to see a flaming horse.
a large.
Yeah.
I'm assuming you're happy.
Yeah, I'm back on the cart.
But yeah, so I walk over to her.
Alright. As you walk towards her, it's dark, but you can kind of still see a little bit because it's not completely dark yet. You walk towards this woman. She looks like she's in her early 20s. She's wearing riding leathers and has a gray-green cloak. She kind of looks like she has long brown hair that is really in a messy braid, like falling out, probably because of the horse. She's got like dirt all over her from her fall and kind of looks pretty like her she's still kind of clutching her side a bit. And you kind of see she has a little bit of a brooch like holding her cloak together. But yeah.
Is there any symbols like on the brooch or on the cloak or anything
Yes.
that like
Her brooch symbol is metal, and it bears a mark of 3 dots hovering above 3 descending rays.
Does Una recognize? Oh, I guess Una doesn't see it. Never mind.
does this symbol mean anything to Hans and Franz?
You could make a check.
Could you repeat the description?
It
3
is
dots with
3
3
dots,
descending rays.
hovering above 3 descending rays.
Okay,
so
so
like,
it's dot,
dot-
and lines below
yeah,
them.
they're a little bit raised. The one in the middle is raised.
Okay. A raised ray.
Make a
History.
no, actually, because this. Roll me a percentile die.
Ooh.
You've seen it before.
42.
You have not seen it before.
No, it's fine.
All right.
So I'll approach and excuse me, ma'am, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Do you mind? And I'll kind of put my hand up towards her.
Oh, are you trained in medicine?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Alright, she'll kind of like, she's like, that's my
I'll just-
side.
I'll reach
Okay.
out and kind of touch the arm on that side, but
Okay.
with my left hand. So
Okay.
I'll reach out and I'll drop 8 points of lay on hands.
Okay.
I need to come up with a better marker for this.
She looks a lot better. Like her breathing kind of gets a little bit less like intense, and now she just looks like sore from just getting like hit and like falling off the horse, and she's kind of a little bit in shock and breathing, and she's like, "Thank you."
Have you been running from this thing for some time now?
Bring her toward the cart!
She's injured. Come over here if you want to talk to her.
We can't leave the cart!
Then fucking stay over.
She'll say,
Who's
I
gonna
can-
steal it?
I can
Well,
walk
where's
with
this
you
gonna take
guys.
off?
Did you need to get anything from your horse?
She kind of like looks and over at it pretty sadly, and it's like, yeah, I have.
I can grab your saddlebags if you want to go sit down in the cart.
Thank you. And she'll kind of go in the she'll kind of go towards the cart.
Rowan will
Looking-
accompany her back.
Hans
Actually, I'm
Franz-
gonna probably need your help to lift the horse up a bit.
Oh,
Get the
okay.
legs off,
Well,
saddle
so
and stuff.
Hans and Franz is going to do just like a.
Yeah, you're probably close now.
Oh, I've already arrived.
Yeah.
Like.
The party has started.
I have a
And
rock.
it ended.
Hans and Franz, as she kind of looks solemnly at her horse and wanders back to the cart, will go over and kind of straighten its mane a little bit if it can be, and just kind of give it a little a blessing.
May you run free in the pastures where you are.
Very beautiful.
Um,
Both of you tonight.
And he'll just kind of trace the a symbol representing fate just in the horse's fur, not necessarily marking it with anything, but just trace it as he's saying this blessing.
Like one of those pillows.
No.
Sequin pillow?
It's a pillow.
The one
It's
with
a
the
pet.
face?
It's a.
This is really rude considering it's a horse.
So Rowan and Hans and Franz will take the saddle off and
Okay.
saddle bags and stuff.
All right. You see on her, there's only like one bag, basically, that's pretty small, and it just kind of looked like it had some like rations for the evening and then water and stuff, and that's basically it. There's not really much else in it.
Yeah, but he would take the saddle too, since hers and saddles
Yeah.
are expensive.
Yes.
As she gets closer to the cart, does she make it to the cart and can Una see her symbol?
Make a perception.
And I will say, as I come back over to the cart, put her saddle on it. We do need to get going. The storm is coming.
19.
You do recognize it.
What is the symbol?
You know it from the academy. This is the pins that the students wear.
Academy.
As she gets closer, I'll help her get into probably my cart because your cart probably had our stuff in it.
Yeah, mine's got stuff in it.
Now she looks like she gets in okay. Like she's pretty graceful for the most part, other than just feels pretty sore still from the hit, even though you did the healing damage. Her rib isn't cracked anymore. Good job.
I'm here for her.
After that's taken care of, Hans and Franz would go over to his brother.
Brother, was that you? I saw a massive explosion of radiant light before the thing poofed into fire and ash.
Well, in all fairness, the big beat of light was... What the fuck was that? The big bit of light was from Nara casting some sort of beam of moon radiant damage. I did, however, beat the shit out of it with the sword. Thank you, brother. By the way, the sword.
You're absolutely welcome. I cannot wait to get back and finish the next one.
As they're grabbing the saddle and like you're helping her up into the cart, do you say anything to her? Or
Yes.
anything? Okay.
What the heck are you doing out here? Alone.
A fool's errand. I go to the school and I heard about the horse and I wanted to see if it was real. I'm interested in myths and legends.
Why would you put yourself in danger like that?
I didn't think it would be that. People described it as a ghostly horse and
By the way,
it was stupid.
What's your name?
Scary.
Oh, my name is Rhiannon.
Onan or Rhiannon?
Rhiannon.
Rhiannon?
Rhiannon.
Rihanna?
Spelled
Rihanna.
phonetically.
Nice.
But the fantasy
Rhiannon.
version.
It's actually a Celtic name.
Oh, perfect.
That is very pretty.
Is this campaign Celtic themed?
No.
I couldn't tell.
As evidenced by
With-
Hans and Franz, yes.
And the Celtic symbols
Yep.
adorning all of my
Which-
joints.
Fun
Yeah.
fact for the people listening: the Celtic symbol. There's a Celtic symbol that is the school symbol. I can't remember. It's the Arwen symbol is the school symbol.
What does that mean?
You don't know what it means in this world.
I
but
don't.
In,
I'm
in,
asking Lizzie.
Yeah. Basically, they're not 100% sure what it means, but they think it has to do with, like, energies. So it's either, like, mind, body, spirit, or it has to do with male, female, and in the middle energy, like, neither energy. But basically, yeah, it has something to do with, like, dark, light, gray. Like, it has to do with all types of energy that are, like, opposites and parallel and tied together, so.
Positive, negative, neutral.
Yeah, that's what they think it means.
Huh.
They're not 100% sure, because Celts didn't write stuff down.
Of course not. They wrote everything in symbols. They know what it meant.
It's so much more fun that way. You guys get back over with her saddle, and she says, "Thank you. Are you just travelers? What were you doing out here?"
We work for the guild. We were tasked with escorting somebody to Mirefield. We were on the way back. Took care of some bandits, some ghosts. And now, fucking nightmare.
Yeah.
So you out here by yourself?
Well, I mean, I had a horse, but yeah, I was by myself.
What was your horse's name?
Oh fuck, I didn't think of a name for the horse.
Yes, keep bringing it up.
Horse number 1. Now she has to buy horse number 2.
Bella.
That is a pretty name.
She was a very good horse. She deserved better than to go like that.
But at least you're okay.
Yeah. Thanks to you guys. I don't know how I could repay you, but I'm very happy that we met each other on the road tonight.
We do not expect any sort of payment. It's what we do for anybody out here. It's our duty to protect those who cannot. And I understand you can probably protect yourself normally, but to get something such as this, well, even I would be hard pressed by myself.
You seem to do pretty well with it by yourself.
Sometimes the goddess blesses me.
Which god? She kind of looks at you and is like looking for like iconography of like a god that she would recognize, and is like, you know, what goddess do you follow? I don't recognize any symbols you wear.
Do you want me to do it?
No. It's Moru. Yeah, I was trying to think of what the other is. No.
You
Yeah,
hear a whisper.
He follows Moru. I follow Moru of the Bendaya.
Who?
Moru, the Bendaya.
I've never heard that. I've never heard of that before. She kind of like, how do you spell it? And she like gets like a notebook out of like her little bag and just starts Moru Bendaya. Like what way is she worshipped? And like she's super interested in this. Like,
I suppose between my brother and myself, we could give a good rundown. Like, Moru.
are you guys gonna ride?
Yeah, we're gonna be moving because
Yeah.
the storm is coming. So as
Yeah,
we're moving,
we need
this
to go
is
because
a-
I would
there's
stay
also I
alongside
want to have a
the
conversation
Okay.
with you.
You guys are gonna
Yeah,
stay.
we'll just clip flop alongside the cart and talk concerning. Well, I guess we'd start with in addition to Moru, there's Angid and Forian. Oh, I'm just trying to do cliff notes.
Yeah, I mean,
In this
Hey, I
case-
tried to too.
Yeah.
You
In
called
this
me
case-
out on it.
Okay.
I mean, you guys don't have to go into tons of
No,
detail.
it's
She'll listen
Well,
if she's
I mean,
interested.
Because there's also, the other characters are nearby, so it behooves us to actually give them the information as well.
Hooves.
Um,
Of course.
I stabbed
Yeah,
my
so-
brother. No. No, I don't. That's a good one.
it's my sword. It will not harm me. Anyway,
In addition to following Moru, there are two other sisters, Angid and Forian. In the tribe of the Bendaya, we worship these three goddesses. Each goddess has 3 totems. Angid has the bee, which is craftsmanship, the serpent, which is healing,
Halfway as it gets kind of dark, you see her like cast dancing lights.
Mm.
And basically just to kind of light it up so she can
Sure.
see.
um,
And as she's taking notes.
and then the third totem under Angid is the nightingale for poetry and storytelling.
You have a deity for poetry and storytelling?
Of course,
That's missing from the Southern Pantheon, and she's
they
just
are
like,
missing quite a bit.
And
That's
then
why they have taken out. I'm not going to get into it.
brother, it's okay. It's okay.
She's kind of like going back to scribbling her notes, like excitedly.
I follow Mo, who has the 3 totems, the horse, the hare, and the elk. The horse represents fate and sovereignty, right?
Yep.
And sovereignty, the hare
Or no,
represents...
the elk is sovereign.
Yeah, the elk is sovereignty. So the horse represents fate. The hare represents... No.
Just from the audio, you could see Una in the back of the cart, like doing thrusting motions.
Open air thrusting.
Like, what would be a good...
Fertility.
Fertility, there we go.
Yeah.
Represents fertility.
Humping.
And then the elk represents sovereignty of the land. And the
And
third
the
one, Forian.
She is our warrior goddess. She has the bear, the wolf, and the raven.
You guys you could go through all of them and stuff, and she'll ask some follow-up questions and stuff.
Well, like, I don't know if these folks
Yeah,
necessarily.
I don't-
have we
I
said
don't
the
remember what
totals
those last
before?
3 do.
Yeah.
Right,
For
so-
Bears,
I'm gonna hear it like a
hunting.
bunch of times, so eventually I'm just gonna remember it. I can't.
We just need repetition
So
at
the
this
bear
point.
is the hunt. The wolf is war, and then
Rabbit's
the raven is
humping.
death.
Represents fertility.
The hare is from Moru. This is Forian.
And the
Which
third
one?
power
Got
is
it.
combined.
Yeah.
They
Got
make
it.
a mighty Power Ranger.
Yeah.
No, Captain Planet.
And then we would, I guess, at least me, my Hans and Franz would go into more of the ceremonial practices that he can remember.
And then I
Okay.
will...
Make an intelligence check. Let's see how well you do.
Not religion.
Yeah, well, you can do religion.
While he starts going into that,
Mhm.
I would ask him for a blessed stone, and then I would ride out like 30 or 40 feet in front of the
Nice.
wagons.
It'll be 19 on religion.
Okay.
And he'll cast light on a stone and
Is this gonna take the full 2 hours by the time we get back to town? Then they're done.
You guys were
with their
about like an
speaking?
hour away from town when this
so
happened. So
for
yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you trying to gauge your suffering? Is that what
No,
you're trying to do?
I'm trying to see
What would
if.
Una like to do?
Una just wants to ask her if she's a student at the academy and where she's staying. Because Una would like to bring her home to wherever she's staying.
Yes.
To Mom and Pop or what?
Well, no,
Yes,
but
I'm
like
okay.
if she's in the dorms and bring her
Yeah,
there. if she's
she'll
hurt.
say, yes, if you want to drop me off at around the school gardens, I can get back. And I live in the dorms, or I live on. She wouldn't call them dorms. What would she call them? I live. I'm a
residence.
resident.
Student housing?
I'm a
Campus.
resident on campus, on the ground. The academy grounds.
I have a meal plan and everything.
You shouldn't talk like that.
So once the conversation with my brother kind of winds down, he'd come back a little bit and ask her again, like, so what did you study at the academy?
Well, there's a little.
That's fine.
Well, actually, let's do Megan first.
Yeah,
What
that's
else do you want to ask?
You asked it.
No, you were
It's
sitting
okay.
talking already. I wasn't. You were talking.
Yeah, Una wants to know what her study is. Saying that she saw her pull up her instrument and was wondering if she might be one of those. Well, she wouldn't call him a bard. What would she call him?
Could, yeah.
Musically
Probably a bard.
inclined
Yeah,
people.
an arcane
Yeah.
magic.
Minstrel.
Or, minstrel.
There you go.
A minstrel.
Yes, I tried doing the traditional book learning, and it didn't quite stick as well. But so I ended up pursuing music. I've always been told music was my strong suit, so I decided to try to channel magic through it, and so far it's been fairly successful.
Can I have you say her name one more time?
Rhiannon.
Can I call you Ree?
Yeah, you can call me Ree.
Okay.
What can I call you?
My name is Una.
Una? It's nice to officially meet you, Una. And she'll
Yes.
do her head. You seem interested in magic. Are you interested in attending the academy?
I don't know about attending, but I do like watching some of the students there practice magic.
Are you going to try do you have any magic ability yourself?
I can do some smaller things, and she'll disguise herself to look like Ree.
What, as a guy?
Oh.
Without boobs.
Without boobs.
Una's really into crossplay.
Gender bending. That's pretty impressive. What's the source of your magic? Is it divine? Is it inherent? Is it blood magic? Is it learned?
Nature, right?
Yeah.
It's a divine
Yeah.
magic.
Yeah.
Oh.
But I mean, you would probably describe it as nature.
More nature-y.
Yeah.
Technically, it is learned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was like, we don't have too many people who learn it through nature at the academy. They're much more. There's been a few druids that have crossed through, but they usually don't like studying there.
No, I've been really interested in some of your wizards and some of their practices as of late, and kind of those fun little companions they summon.
Oh, the familiars.
Yeah.
I never had luck with summoning one myself, but yeah, they're quite fun. There's a lot of other students who have them. Now, kind of going back, did you want to ask or no?
Oh, just when she introduced herself, I'd be like, sorry for being so rude.
You're not sure which is which right now, because remember, Una looks like her.
Yeah, but she's got her bow and she's got the reins of the horses.
Okay.
It's not like she swapped places or anything.
Yeah.
No,
My
there's
bow
no
was
no.
disguised
No.
if I was wearing my bow. Fun
Sure.
fact,
Mhm.
with disguise
But-
spell.
She's still the one riding the horses and also probably not injured unless you made yourself.
Yeah, I mean, Ronan is still covered with dirt and roughed up.
Una would make herself look identical, because Una's not very creative, so...
But yeah, he would.
She even got that freckle. No.
One on the rails.
Don't talk about her boobs like that. Anyway.
Stop
Some-
interrupting.
I'm sorry for being so rude. Well, he'll put his hand towards his brother. We are Hans and Franz.
Mhm.
Our friend Nora and her brother Rowan.
Hello.
Hello, it's nice.
Hello.
And very nice to meet you. I was gonna say, I saw you do some sort of magic. I haven't done that before. Is yours divine, nature, arcane?
Mine's nature too.
Nature as well.
Yeah.
And you, I've never seen like a creature quite like you before. I'm assuming you're Fae.
That's what I am told.
Isn't my brother amazing?
Yes.
Nora just gives him a big smile.
She actually says in Sylvan to both of you, because you two speak Sylvan, that she's very honored to meet both of you.
Nora will respond back with, "It's an honor to meet you too," in Sylvan. Back.
And you said you work for the guild? I believe that's what Hans or Franz.
We are Hans and Franz.
No, I would just say yes.
Well, she
Yes,
said
yes.
or.
Yeah, but I just.
And I would
Yeah.
correct her. And motion between both of us. We are Hans
Yes,
and Franz.
you said earlier that you work for the guild.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Are you interested in the job?
It's probably I seem to get into trouble when I go traveling, so
So do
perhaps
we.
not.
That's why we travel in a group. Being alone is very dangerous.
Well, I'll remember that for next time I'd be out by myself, but no, I don't actually think working for the guild would really be a good fit for me.
I would
To
not
stay-
recommend traveling by yourself again.
If you ever need people to travel with, we usually are at the guild hall. Unless we're not. But in that case, then we won't help you. Sorry.
Yeah, but you can put out a job. You know, request for escort.
You can call me, but like sometimes I answer, sometimes I don't.
Look, I've only got a landline and we're always at home, alright? I realized it halfway through saying it that, well, I can't say we're always going to be there because we're probably
We take
not.
missions.
Yeah.
We
Well, at
do
least
things.
I'll be sure to leave a message if I want to pay a visit. And, you know, maybe I will.
Are you originally from?
You guys
Are you originally from Faine?
No, I'm not. I'm just here for a little bit longer studying at the school on a scholarship program, and then Not sure where I'm going after that.
Where are you originally from?
I'm from west of here.
Oh.
Where is west of
How
here?
far west?
Like the Iron Valley?
Yes, actually.
And you don't know who the Vendaya?
No.
Strange.
Yeah.
You guys get to you're back in town now, and it's kind of starting to
Insight check. I
rain.
know it's an insight check.
I mean, you could if you wanted.
Yeah, that does seem weird
It's
to
a
me, especially somebody
16.
who's
Where's my insight?
training to be a minstrel.
Yeah, I mean, I have
16.
insight,
16.
so I'd like
No,
to.
she doesn't recognize the name of the Vendaya when they said it.
What about her being from the Iron Valley? Is she being honest about that?
She just.
I mean, Hans of Franz, my Hans of Franz isn't that suspicious, so he'd be like, okay.
Yeah. No, she's
Okey-dokey.
sincere. She's never heard the Vendaya before, but she's from the Iron Valley.
So what city?
She seems to be telling the truth.
What city in the Iron Valley are you from?
The capital, whose name I can't remember.
I was just gonna say. And what is the name of that? Because we've been there.
Been there, done that.
He picked some, like, restaurant they ate at that was good. You were like, oh, you eating here?
Yeah, because we were in the capital for a number of years.
How long were you guys in the capital?
Couple of years.
I was working on my smithing.
Is that where you learned most of your trade, or?
No, I learned the basics in the Bendaya before we left.
How are you growing your skills then in the capital? I figured.
Work for blacksmiths. Anything that anyone could teach me.
It's very noble.
If I am to become the bee, I have to be the best craftsman in the tribe.
I want to be
The very best.
Oh boy.
Like no
craftsman
one
in the tribe.
I like Aaron's version.
Mine's original.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, they remember.
To forge a sword is my real test.
To enchant it is my car.
Yes!
Bendaya?
Hail, travelers, and well met. Thank you for listening to our podcast. This is a totally new experience for all of us, and we're glad that you're here with us. Our story lives in many places, but all of them lead back to Patreon. Full episodes of our podcast are released every 2 weeks on our Patreon for subscribers only, and half episodes of our sessions are available weekly on YouTube and wherever you find podcasts starting the following week. So, if you hate waiting, subscribe to us on Patreon for early access. If you like the show, consider sharing it on Twitter using hashtag #TheWesterverse. You can also follow us all over other social media accounts named The Westerverse for updates and other RPG-related content. That about wraps it up for our shameless plugs. Now, onward, adventurers!
Anyway.
So you guys make it back into Faine as it's kind of starting to rain now. Assuming you drop her off at school, and she'll ask, "Are you guys going to be at the guild tomorrow at least?"
Oh,
That's the
probably.
plan, yeah.
Okay. Well,
There's some errands to run, but we should be around in the morning for sure.
okay.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
It's nice to meet you too. And she'll kind of like hold out her hand to like shake, I guess. Yeah, shake. Wave goodbye to all of you and thank you again.
Goodbye.
And
Actually, before she leaves, what do you want with your saddle and your bags? We can take it back to the guild hall with us if you want to.
yeah, I can. I'll. Yeah.
Take it back to the guild hall.
Yeah, just take
We
it
could
back.
probably
to the
mend it for you.
Well, that would be nice too. Kind of see her like wave, kind of like look around a little bit and like have her hood kind of close, and then start walking back like into the school a bit. And
She's acting very weird.
Did she seem nervous when she was looking around and pulled her cloak up?
a little bit, like she didn't quite want to be spotted.
That's interesting.
17. Insight.
Like, maybe she wasn't supposed to be sneaking out and she doesn't want to get caught sneaking back in.
Gotcha.
The guilty teenager.
See, now that makes sense.
Like, not like malicious, like more
Right.
of like there's no guard. Okay,
Yeah.
go this way. Go this way.
So then we get
I'll
back
just
to
yell, "Bye!" No.
Bye, Rhiannon!
You dick.
So I guess we get back to the guild hall.
Yeah,
then?
you do.
Yeah, when we get around to, what was the stable master's name?
Arthur
Arthur.
Pendragon.
Oh, that's right.
I will ask Arthur if it's okay if he has room for our 2 horses and the 2 carts for now.
Yeah. We still got some extra space. Everyone got back, but yeah, we got some extra space
Baby
to take
got
care of.
Did everybody get back okay, or are they missing some?
There was some injured, but yeah, everyone's back okay. Nobody died, so it was a win for the guild.
Good.
Got everything locked up now, too. Nice and safe.
Did he tell us what they were?
He said that they were bringing. He wasn't supposed to really say
Yeah,
it,
I
but
was
it was
saying-
like mad. It was like something for the academy.
Okay. Yeah, go in, get some grub.
Yeah.
Sounds good to me.
Go in. It's like probably 7 o'clock at night now. It's raining outside. You guys get your dinner and
Retroactive.
Yes.
Did Rowan get a good look at Rhiannon's harp? Since he's currently carving one.
You could have, sure.
Okay.
Yeah, you would have got
Is there any like intricate carvings or things like that?
It looked like it was fancier than Song's harp was.
Okay.
But not handcrafted. Like, his looked like he made it himself.
Mhm.
Hers looks more like it was bought for a lot of money.
Okay.
Question.
Answer.
Did he say that the crew carrying the magic items came back?
Yes.
And that it was
Locked up.
locked up?
Yep.
He'll clarify. They dropped it off at the academy already. It's out of our
Okay.
hands now.
Okay.
Is everything okay? He would ask you
Yeah,
after we leave
everything's fine.
Arthur.
I kind of want to ask that group a couple of questions about what they were bringing and how they were bringing it and who they dropped it off at.
Why do you want to know that?
It's very suspicious that it took them longer, and the fact that they got attacked, and you guys were just guarding wine and got attacked. So it'd just be interesting to see who was kind of all involved with the shipment, just in case.
Well, I mean, in all fairness, we took a boat down up north and got attacked.
That's true.
And then we came back and got attacked.
That's
And we were also attacked while we were there.
true again.
I mean, people just kind of get attacked when you leave town.
Why the fuck do we live here?
Adventuring is a dangerous business.
Technically, you got attacked in town at the guild.
It was on the town, okay?
No, we got attacked in Mirefield.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, in town.
On the road twice.
Sorry, did you miss?
Any other speculations that you want us to tear away?
No, I'm okay.
She's
It was
allowed to
still
ask
gonna go
questions.
do it. It
Yeah.
was still gonna go talk to him and
Okay.
try to gather information about like what happened on the shipment, who attacked you,
Okay.
were there any symbols on their cloaks of the people that attacked you? Were you attacked by monsters? What type of monsters? That kind of stuff. Basically, drill the crew, ask them where they dropped it off and who they dropped it off with, what all happened,
Who
and
was your
then
daddy and what does he do?
pretty much.
Roll a charisma check or a
Ooh.
persuasion check.
Teehee.
Well, it's a 0 either way, so let's go. A 10.
Woo!
You find out that originally they picked up the shipment from the Blooming Meadows, which is south of here. It's like the neighboring region. You find out that the treasure was from a mercenary company that had gotten it, that's based out of Crown's Point. You find out that there were attempts to steal the merchandise, but everyone who's kind of in the guild hall that is still there is pretty drunk at this point, and you get the feeling that these are the adventurers that got too drunk before they went out to go actually drinking in the town to celebrate. So,
Right.
so it's a mixed bag, but that's basically what you find out. And now you find out that it's at the academy now. That's where its destination was.
Okay.
And it was like a big payment. They're kind of bragging about that.
Hence all of the drinking.
Yeah.
Did you have anything else, Megan?
Who at the academy they dropped the shipment off to?
Can I see the signature on the invoice?
Well, no, like
You
if they
didn't
could
leave them an
describe-
invoice?
Like if they
Oh
could
no, we had to
describe
go through.
where.
Ugh. Well, Ben went with us for that, and I don't know who he talked to, but they had a handoff method. It was a big enough deal, but
Ben Nevis.
Yeah, Una's gonna go speak with Ben.
okay, you can go speak. You can find Ben.
Benjamin?
He's in his office doing paperwork.
Of course.
Of course he is.
Okay, yeah, is he alone?
Yes.
Una's gonna shut the door.
Oh!
And scene.
Get
You
on
don't
the
do that kind
desk.
of shit.
Yeah,
Alright.
and just
You're
kind
back,
of-
Una.
yeah, I have a couple of questions. So I heard that that magic item shipment got attacked. Do you know what attacked them? Was it just bandits or creatures or?
I would like to see your official
Una, you know that I'm not really supposed to tell you these things.
Yeah, but you like me.
I do like you, but you also know that I do have a job here, unless... Do you think it's tied into what you're looking for?
It might be.
Roll! Do you sincerely believe that, or are you bluffing him?
I know. I sincerely
Okay.
believe that it might be involved.
Well, it was multiple attacks by the Venerable on the way back. They got delayed by weather, which was not in the Venerable's control, but it did force them to stop at an inn on the way back, and they tried to be ambushed there. Fortunately, the guards killed one of the Venerable, and
Did they
Next
bring
couple
any of
days.
them back with?
the body.
Just any of the people who attacked them. bring them
No,
back
they
alive?
didn't capture anyone alive. But they were at least attacked 4 times on the way back, which is why they're so late. The Venerable really wanted whatever's here, which it makes sense. It was their best chance to steal magic items, which I'm sure you know that's what it was, because I know you're nosy.
I can't help it.
And once it's in the school, it's almost impossible to steal from, because of the enchantments there.
Famous last words.
Yeah, but we also thought that it was safe here, and look what happened.
Well, that's true, but whether something gets stolen from the school is not really my responsibility. It is up to the enchanters at the school and the lady of this area who runs everything.
Do you know who signed off on the items once you delivered them?
Lady Elaine herself did. Or Lady Eris. He would call her Lady Eris.
The half elf.
Necromancer.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Allegedly.
She usually doesn't get
Allegedly.
involved with shipments.
It was
When
a
they're-
Sick
sickness.
zombie.
For items for the school, she usually, when it's magical items of this
Yeah, that's right. She does.
importance and caliber, yes, she does. I don't think these ones will actually be on display in the library, even, or for visitors. It's
More for studying.
perhaps. I'm not actually sure what they do with them in the school. I know they study some of them, but I think sometimes she just collects them. But she has the money to, and the resources to. It's good money for us. And nobody died, and that's mainly what I care about. Did you have any other questions?
Do you know if there's a city map of the tunnels, the aqueduct tunnels for the city? By chance, ones that might be going underneath the school?
Why would you want to know
It's a
that?
wrong question.
Why would you want to know that?
Just a hint.
Well, you would have to get it from the official city, one of the noble families who holds the records, but it might take a bit, but you could certainly ask.
We got a noble family in charge of record keeping.
Uh-oh.
Oh god.
It's a terrible decision.
Welcome to feudalism!
Oh, the bureaucracy.
Isn't it great, you guys? Not really. It's terrible government
Well,
system
maybe
to
if
live
they're
under.
a oddly decent noble family, but odds are.
Doubt it.
Anything else asking Ben?
Nope. You don't leave.
Alright. Oh, he's like, oh, if you haven't gotten your money from Ponder yet, be sure to go visit him and your companions.
I totally will go do that and inform my companions to go do that.
I was planning to
Okay.
Yeah,
What do you
Nora
guys
will do
do
that
when-
before dinner.
Okay.
Okay, I do have something at the dinner table.
As
Oh.
do I.
Okay, is this what you guys are doing when Una's talking to Ben, or was this...
Are we
No,
eating
I don't
before?
know.
I'm guessing.
This is
Are
like
we eating?
dinner?
We're
Right.
eating while she's gone, right?
Sure.
Okay.
That's up to Megan. Did you eat first and then go talk to Ben?
I probably didn't eat. I probably just popped a good berry and go
Okay.
ways.
I'm good.
I have all the
And this is
nutrition I need.
This is why you're so short.
Probably. The moment she could eat good berries, she's just like, oh, it's sweet.
It's not malnutrition. It's just
Dude,
improper nutrition.
That would be like
Yeah.
an amazing weight loss thing.
Oh yeah,
That would be.
Just pop a good berry.
That's probably.
Oh yeah,
Or it's
caloric
like
intake is not.
8,000
8,000 calories.
Oh lordy.
Anyway, so at the dinner table.
Yeah. So
Nora, you like reading books, right?
Very much so, yeah.
Okay, I thought so.
I have this book, and he presents this book. It's got kind of runes all over it, and it's titled. Let's see here. Let me just make sure I
King
get
James.
the name right. Tatius.
I have.
Tatius to the Fae.
That's not that. I changed the title. It's Enchantment.
Oh.
What do you mean you changed the title?
I
This
wrote-
is a great title.
I
Enchanting
have,
weaponry through the arcane and divine.
Yes.
Hold
So
on,
what
I
is
gotta
it?
find my.
What did you change it to?
I changed it
Okay.
to. I changed it to. Hold on a minute. I gotta find it in my notes.
That's a weird name.
You changed it to. You changed it to.
I changed it to. I changed it to.
I've got to find it in my notes.
Yeah.
It must be like the subtitle.
From
Yeah.
What's
from
the second
Tactius. Oh, I didn't change it.
Yeah.
Damn.
See?
It's Tactius though.
So what is it?
Tatius.
Tactius.
No, Tatius.
From Tactius.
Yeah,
Tactius or
Tatius.
Tactius?
Tatius.
Oh,
Because he's the god of the forge.
Is it Tatius?
it's Tactius. Sorry, there is
With
a
a
C in
C?
there.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
there's a C
Tac-
in there.
Tactius.
Because she said it like different ways so
I'm
far.
bad
Okay.
at pronouncing things.
So-
I'm sorry, you guys. Why did you
Yeah.
let me be a DM?
So we could play.
Yeah.
You started it.
Anyway,
So there was no Hans and Franz.
guys, I'm learning about a book. Shush.
So, from Tactius to the Fae, enchanting weaponry through the arcane and divine.
It was a book I picked up.
I think it was when we first got to town.
Yeah, it was the first day you guys were in town.
The first day after we came back from the coal mine job and rescued the little boy, Guildmaster Robert's son.
I couldn't think of if it was Roberts or Williams.
Yeah,
Robert
But then it's either
Robert
one.
Williams.
Yes.
Little Bobby Billy. Junior.
his,
The second.
his name was Toby.
Anyway,
And it talks about making magic weapons. Well, I can make a weapon, which I've done, but the magic here, it's I mean, you're well read, and I know you do magic like I do, but I was wondering if maybe you could help me get the enchanting part done.
Of course, I'd love to.
and he'll hand you the book,
Okay.
and
You've got 3 hours. Read that.
She would probably be able to do it in 2.
And-
You know, you can read it however you want. It doesn't matter how long it takes, but you know, when you're ready, I'd like to take some time in the forge to go over the process of actually, you know, suffusing the weapon with magic so that it holds. Because like my brother's sword, I have to pray every day to keep that thing magicked up.
Oh.
And, you know, I would certainly like to have one that holds its own.
Well,
Throughout their whole conversation, Rowan's been working on
The harp.
the harp,
Okay.
but very half-assedly and paying
More
very
paying
close
attention.
attention to what they're talking about.
Okay.
well, I can definitely do my best. I mean, honestly, sounds like a lot of fun. So I'll probably finish reading it probably tonight. Honestly.
That would be amazing.
Okay. Well, I'll let you know what I find. Okay?
Sounds good to me. Thank you, Nora.
Of course.
Okay. Anything else at the dinner table?
Mm-hmm.
What do you want to do?
I want to have a conversation.
Okay. Have your conversation then.
Okay. So while my brother is talking, whether you notice or not, Hans and Franz is kind of fidgeting a bit. And and he's kind of like staring off and like almost looks like he maybe like
Looking for the words but can't figure it
looking
out.
for the
Or...
words and like maybe rehearsing a conversation in his head. And then once his brother stops talking and he notices that like it's gone quiet, he kind of like, oh,
Is everything okay, Hans and Franz?
yes. I was wondering if I could speak with you and Rowan for a bit. There's something I wanted to ask you.
Okay.
Sure.
So,
Do you just want me to say,
yes, brother, this involves you as well.
oh, okay.
I mean, it involves you because you want to be involved, because you're my brother and you love me.
That's right.
Above table, just so you know, in the guild hall right now, it's pretty, or in the dining area, it's pretty loud, and there's a lot of laughter and talking and clanking.
There's a
of plates.
crowd.
Like there's a
Okay,
crowd.
so
So I
maybe-
just want to
Maybe
know.
we would take it somewhere quieter.
Yeah, there's some of the private dining rooms that you've been in before and seen don't look occupied. So
That extra dimensional space that we had dinner in.
Yeah, exactly.
the hundreds of feet one, yes.
Yeah. Okay. We'll go in
so
there then.
go
There's a
there,
smaller one available that looks like it seats 5 comfortably. So
Oh, perfect.
it's a little bit smaller. That one's only by 10 by 15.
I'm totally gonna build the
100.
guild hall so she gets her measurements right. Just back there. Yeah.
So, in order to preface the conversation, I have to tell you a story. So,
About a lovely lady who was bringing up through
Hey,
very lovely
hey,
thoughts.
hey!
Narrator.
why? So the story started 13 years ago now?
Yeah.
13 years ago. My brother and I,
Brother, are you sure?
yes. I'm concerned about what's happening in their village. I want to make sure it's not related.
Okay, it's your choice.
13 years ago, my brother and I lived in our tribe, happily. And one day we came across the elk, one of the totem spirits of the Bendaya. And it was a big, golden, beautiful elk. And in my pride, made the comment that I could take it down. My brother said,
No, you can't.
and we left and went back to the village. And it ate at me. That my brother thought so little of me that I couldn't do it. Not because he was my brother, but because I didn't at the time understand that it's okay to not be able to do things. So that night I went out and I slew it. Which was a big mistake. And this cloak you see me wearing and these boots are made from the hide of that elk. When the garments were made for me and I put them on, they went from the beautiful golden color that they were to this color,
Which is black.
which is like pitch black. And since then, I've been worried about what would happen to the village. And my brother had a vision from the goddess.
Angid spoke to me in a dream. And she said that because the elk is dead, the Bendaya are in danger. In danger. There are something now, because my brother killed them, something is found out they are vulnerable, and something is hunting them. Something is seeking them and they are hiding.
Your people?
No, the totems, the spirits,
Oh.
the animals from which we get our power. We have found some of them.
We were told to follow them, find them, and they would give us a mission. Me, in particular, my brother,
A task. And I am to bear witness to his tasks.
So I've completed 3 of the tasks so far. One of the serpent. Hold up his left hand, you can see the
completed 2.
serpent. Okay,
That's
we
right.
did two.
But you've met 3 of the toads.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, 4,
Yeah.
including the one you killed.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, it was more of a ships passing and then we've met 3. I've completed the task for 2 of them. One, the snake, and the other, pointing at the raven feather mantle, coming up from his collarbones. The raven. But the elk was the sovereign spirit, the totem spirit of sovereignty over the land. So I worry that what I have done may be affecting your people. Do you know, I've heard you mention that there's been trouble in your village, spirits in the forest. So I just want to make sure that if I caused it, I want you to know that I will do everything I can to correct it. Do you know what is causing this?
Nora just looks back at Rowan over to her side and gives a little sigh.
Hans and Franz, I really appreciate you telling us this. And honestly, we have no idea what's causing this to our forest. I don't know if it was what you did or something completely unrelated, but I mean, I do understand the sovereignty of nature and how important it is to protect the lives that are out there. So, even though it may not be related, but it also could be, I think that it's good that you go out on whatever mission it is that you have gotten from your totem spirits or your goddesses that you speak of, and do good by them.
How long ago did the forest start
Dying.
decaying?
It was within the last 3 years.
Okay.
So it's not what, like, that his was 13 years ago? Yeah, 13 years ago. So yours was only
Just
3
over.
years ago.
Now, I do know that while we don't know that what the actual cause of the forest dying off is, I do know that we have many Fae spirits in our forest. And I don't know about you, Rowan, but while we were back home, I never really saw many of them recently.
It has been a while.
Sometimes we'd see more activity in the forest, even just little dancing lights every once in a while, but even that seems quiet now. So, I'm not sure what to really make of it all, unfortunately. Which is why we're out here. We're trying to figure out if there's any way that we could possibly help our home while we just support our families financially. But
I want you to know that even if our missions are not the same, I will also do what is in my power to help you figure out what is happening and reverse it, because forest dying off is never good, especially when there's no cause necessarily. But if you know of any or hear of any stories about an abnormal hair,
A great bee.
we didn't meet the wolf, right?
We
No,
know.
not the wolf yet.
Some sort of great wolf, a
So at this
Nightingale.
point, because I rolled to see what would happen,
Did you lock the
I totally failed on a roll, and Una magically falls through the door onto the ground in front of you because she rolled a 2.
Were you eavesdropping?
Yeah.
Did
Hello,
you know
Una.
where we were?
Yeah.
She may have seen you go into the room and may have been outside the door the whole time.
Oh,
But anyway, so she
Yeah.
basically falls backwards, like the door kind of like gave out, and then she kind of tumbles on the floor. And it's like, Ree might know some stories about some crazy creatures since she's a bard.
You know, if you want to be one of us, you can. But eavesdropping is terribly, terribly.
Disrespectful.
I just saw you guys come in here.
Then
and
knock. There's a door.
That is a lie. I
I
can
was
see it on your
waiting.
face.
I was waiting for you to be done.
No, you were eavesdropping. overhears, which is fine. I thought you were one of us. I would have told you, but you left right away. But
Sorry.
eavesdropping is... You don't know what you want to... I might want to have a very personal conversation with Dora.
I only heard the last part.
Okay.
Roll a deception check.
I mean, he's taking it at face
No,
value.
it's not.
16.
Well, you said okay.
Well, yeah, I said
you're-
okay.
You already have made up your mind about believing her or not.
Do you want me to roll an insight check? That's up to you.
About saying
If you
whether or
don't
not you
believe
believes
her, that's...
Well, no,
It's,
like
it's, he's
yeah.
He's
accepting
okay.
the answer she gave him,
Yeah. Yeah.
but, you know, he doesn't believe it, but he accepts it. Like, that's fine, we're all still new amongst each other.
Actions versus words.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actions versus words.
I rolled above a 5. I was gonna let myself just have it, but I pulled a gosh dang 2.
Anyway, that was my story.
Do any of those creatures that he listed off sound like anything Rowan and I would have heard about or anything?
Dire
Like-
swirls.
Make a history check.
Can Una do the same?
Sure.
Natural 20 with a +4.
Oh.
18 minus 1.
Yeah, no, I have an 8.
I mean,
Damn it,
your
I'm
forest has a
failing.
lot of fae spirits that take on manifestations of animals, and that doesn't really seem like, the same level of importance of what he talked about. The only thing that sounds parallel, and it's not a perfect one-to-one, is they say that, like, the Green Man traveled with, like, celestial deer, but not stags. And also, you do know at least your forest isn't near his.
Right.
Separated by now.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys are on like the tip of the northern Pale Mountains, and you guys are and they're further away. So
Okay.
More clues are covered in the matter.
But I know that the person that you just mentioned was somebody I was not interested in speaking to.
And knew nothing about the Bediah or the totems.
No, but she's interested in legends. That's why she was out looking for the stag.
Oh, who?
You mean the
nightmare?
horse?
Yeah, the nightmare.
But you knew nothing of the she may know something.
But she might
No,
she might
no,
know
she
stories
knew-
of a giant
She
bee.
knew nothing.
Well, what was the hunter's name?
The dead one?
Oh, the guild hunter?
The guild hunter that was one
They
oh,
spoke to?
Tristan, yeah.
Mm.
I think his name was Reed. At least said Reed, and I was like,
No,
yeah,
No,
that's
no,
what
she
I'm
said
talking
she
about.
said Re,
I
and
said
like
Re.
Re.
Yeah, I thought she
Yes.
said Reed,
No.
and I thought for some reason I thought that was his name, but
No, Bard, access to tons of books, likes legends. That's where I was going.
Well,
I wanted to speak to one of the guild hunters, but Reed seemed not to know anything related when we were discussing it with her.
Rowan and I don't know about you, Rowan, but in our legends from back at home, I haven't heard of anything like what you describe.
I
But-
cannot remember any.
But I do want to let you know that we appreciate your help, and in return, we'll do whatever it takes to help you too. Do you feel comfortable sharing what this task is that you have to do?
I do not know yet. I have to find them.
All
Each
of
one
them.
has their own.
Oh, they all have
individual
their
task.
own individual. Okay.
The snake wanted me to be selfless, and when I healed the man who tried to rob us, I received this tattoo. When I did something else that they can't
The
remember.
The Raven.
The Raven.
I know, but I can't remember what. I can't remember.
You,
The Raven
You fought a necromancer.
Yeah.
Tasked us with pursuing and defeating the necromancer who was plaguing a town with zombies raised from the graves of those who came before.
You said you have met 4 of these creatures.
I met 3 of them.
Well,
I mean, 4, and you're like kind of like pull on the cloak, but
Well-
we didn't speak.
No. Because we met the bear. That was the very first
Oh,
one.
that's right. Okay, yeah.
The
you
horse, the snake,
Snake.
the raven, and you,
The elk.
And the elk.
the elk. So
Yeah, because
we have.
the bear's task was you had
To
to
find
find
all of them.
all of them.
Yes.
Which
Oh,
task am I going on right? What was
the hunter.
that
The bear said to
That
find
answers my
all of
question.
them. You know the raven. The horse told you to reforge what was broken,
That's what it was.
which is fate,
Yeah.
and it's super vague as fuck.
Yep.
Because fate be like that.
my question was, if you have met, in quotes, 4 of them, but have only received 2 of the rewards, I was confused as to what the 3rd reward would have been, but now I understand that you are still currently on that mission.
I have 2 missions currently. One is to find them all, and one is to reforge what is broken. My
Whatever
brother
that
and I have
means.
spent a lot of time thinking about it.
I-
Some sort of ancient weapon,
Or
a
maybe
tribe. There's so many.
somehow returning the elk.
I wonder if it has anything to do with your relationship with your tribe.
It's one of those things where the Bendaya themselves, the goddesses, will not let me back in. This is my task to complete before I can present myself to my tribe again.
I'm sure that once the thing to reforge is presented to you, you will know. I feel
As
like
do
you're
I.
not going to know it until it becomes fully clear to you and tells you that. You can't just go looking for it. It has to come to you.
Now, our mother was a follower of fate. She was a follower of the horse. And I spent a lot of time at her knee learning that she was the chieftain, the chief of our village, of our tribe. And I know that fate is vague on purpose a lot of times because it leaves it up to us to complete its task. Reforge what is broken. Could mean anything. So I think it's up to me to figure out what represents the task and complete it.
Your mother was a chieftain?
She is.
She is.
Is the chieftain?
Well,
Wow.
no, she is. And our father was the bee, which is who my brother wishes to be.
To be or not to be? That is the bee question.
That's amazing.
To Josh's Hans and Franz. Does your brother's task of reforging what is broken have anything to do with your personal quest of becoming the bee?
No, I do not think that my own personal intentions have anything to do with the horse's task.
The brother would make some sense.
I believe I can help you, but I am here as a witness to what you do. I am here to keep you on the path. I am not here to do it for you.
Of course, brother, but if you cannot help me with it, then nobody can.
The forge for you is not the same as the forge I work. It is a metaphor.
For what?
I don't know!
I think that's what we're all trying to figure out.
We're all trying to find out what our individual forge is.
Sure. That's how you want to do
You
it.
were the one that just fucking sent it, brother.
No! The horse told you to reforge what was broken.
You said I have to find what my forge is. And then he said, I think that's what we're all trying to do. I'm just trying to figure out where we're going with this. How deep are we going?
I don't know if we'll be able to find your answer tonight.
Oh!
No. That'd be fucking sweet, but I doubt it. Do you have any thoughts, Runa?
I mean, you might find some answers in the college because they have a huge library full of weird things and weird creatures. So that's what I was thinking. Ree, who likes legends, this might be a fun task to maybe give her since she's here anyways. She could always look through the archives and see if she's heard stories of these giant creatures because maybe they may not be really, or may not mention the Bendaya, but they could be just stories of a giant bee that did something cool and amazing, or a giant something that did something, and she might be able to find it.
That's a good point. Thank you. I do value your input.
After all, we need a tracker.
I can try my best.
That's all we can ask for. If you're willing to help.
There is one thing we know. and that 3 of the totems are in the mountains in the forest to the west, where we rescued Toby in that same forest, though massive it is. That is where they are.
I guess I've never been to the forest. I'm from the water.
Johns, within the last couple months of being here, you have had to go through the forest
Okay.
a few times.
I've been there a couple of times.
I just wanted to
but
clarify.
I'm more familiar with the water, but I can see if I can assist you. I do have some things I have to finish here, though, before I can go back to the water.
No, this is a bit more long-term goals
Oh yeah,
than anything. I mean, we've been on this mission for
13 years.
well,
No,
now we
less.
needed them. Yeah, less than that. We
17th
sure.
year is when you got the push
She's
from
on this mission
NE.
for about 8 years now.
8 years.
But I do not expect it to be accomplished quickly, and try not to
I will help.
show your hand to anybody about this. I'm going to be asking questions, but don't go around telling people that one of our goddesses' totems has been killed.
Don't worry, we can keep a secret.
Everyone.
I
has
know you
things.
can.
You can.
Everyone has things they have to keep close to their chest. I understand.
But if there's anything you need help with, we are here for you as well.
Una, where are you from?
I am from. I can't remember what the people call my village.
Breaker Isles.
I'm from the Breaker Isles.
Where is that in relation to here?
Far north? Is
It's
it
like
northwest?
2 to 3 weeks travel across land, and
Yeah.
then you have to go like another 4 or 5 days by boat.
By boat, yeah. But it's like, it's straight north.
It's straight north.
Yeah.
So I do not feel bad or feel worried telling any of you this.
He checks the door one more time.
Nobody's there.
I'll lean against it the other way now.
My goddess Angid told me that the force hunting the totems, that is a threat to the Mendayas from the south.
That's where Song was from.
Yes. Yes, it was.
Well, I think that's enough heavy shit for tonight. I'm gonna go grab a nail if anybody wants to join me.
I'll come get some food and relax for a little while before the new morning begins.
I'm going to check on my blade, see how Juan is doing.
Try.
I need to go see Officer.
I'm going to go see
Hughes?
Honda really quick.
But what did I call him? I called him Hubs.
Yeah, you called them Hubs.
Hubs! I need to go see Hubs. Oh, and we have to go collect our money from Stibs.
Was it
Go do that.
Hubs or was it Huey?
I can't remember. Hughes?
No, Huey.
Hughes!
Hughes is his actual
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
but
the one
I
I
think you
found.
called him Huey.
Maybe that's what I did. I can't
I don't
remember.
remember.
I'll have to listen
But
to
I
the
do
tape again.
want to speak to Hughes as well. But I figure it's late now. We should probably go tomorrow. But if you want to go tonight,
Nora's just gonna go to Ponder and get the
Okay.
yeah,
money.
same here.
Would you call him Stebbs?
Stibs! Right? No, what did I
Yeah, you
call
call
him?
them Stibs.
Stibs!
Stibs, huh?
I call him Stibs.
Why do you call him Stibs?
That's his name.
Now it's Ponder.
No, his name is Stibs.
Is that his
Hey,
first
Panda,
name?
what is your name?
Ponder is like, just getting ready to leave for the night. Oh, you're back!
Stibs!
Hi, Una.
See?
Why does she call you Stibs?
It's 'cause my last name is Stibbins.
I thought Panda was your last name.
No, Ponder is my first name.
Ponder Stibbins.
100 rounds will put his hand on Ponder's shoulder.
I'm sorry.
For what?
For calling you such names. You obviously don't seem to enjoy it. And I'm kind of like walking my brother a little bit as I'm talking.
Like shoulder to shoulder, put your arm on the other shoulder, and it's like two brothers.
It's fine if she calls me that. It's fine. It doesn't disrupt my work. Now, you are all getting paid for a job, I understand. Completed?
Yes.
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 And then we have some supplies to give to you guys as well.
Oh, excellent, excellent. I'll mark those down too. And Yeah, you guys get your 1,000 gold for escorting
So we get
someone.
200 apiece.
3-4.
Holy shit.
How much money y'all got?
A lot.
Maybe.
And you got
wanna
600
put
from the
anything-
bandit layer too. I think you put that in
Yes,
the party
Yeah, we
I
got
did.
plenty.
We put that in the party fund. So the party fund has 720 gold. Do we want to put 50 apiece into the party fund?
No.
For now, I mean, like, 'cause
Okay.
we're just, this is our first big payout. Maybe we want to buy some items.
No,
and stuff.
that's fine.
Nora will give 150 for each of us.
What?
For both of us, she will give 150 per person towards the party fund.
Oh,
Nora takes care of all of Rowan's money.
so
I have both of our funds
150.
in
Oh,
my
okay.
character.
Nice.
Nora.
That's a huge weight off of your shoulders.
And
there.
it's
It's like,
literally like the most useless part of my
Money.
screen.
Yeah, he does not even go into the equipment section.
I don't need to buy anything.
Yep.
So he just gives it all to me.
If I
So
ever
what are you,
did
what are
need
you
to buy
giving
anything,
to
I
the
just
guild
talk to Nora.
for money?
1 second here. So we now have $970 because we didn't put 100 in. We're giving 6 scimitars,
Okay.
5 light crossbows, including 100 bolts each.
Okay.
So that's 500 bolts.
Okay.
3 daggers,
That's a lot of
1
chopsticks.
short bow, but Una took the arrows.
Okay.
A studded leather set.
Okay.
I thought we were going to sell
No,
it.
oh, never mind. Not the studded
The only
leather.
thing you have left from the bandits are the studded leather, the horses,
And the regular
The-
leather,
the
right?
the regular leather. Yeah.
Yep, we have 6 sets of regular leather, and
Okay.
that's it from them. But
Are
we're
you-
keeping the studded,
Okay.
Keep the studded, keep the two
and we're
horses.
keeping
And
the
the
cart and
horse.
horses, and we'll give them the 3-day rations and the beds,
Okay.
the bedding. So this is guild. Oop.
Is the
Guild.
unearthed arcana?
And we're keeping. Una's keeping the papers because she wants to read them.
Okay.
Is the
Are
unearthed
you gonna
arc-
keep the playing cards too, or no?
I don't know.
I didn't realize that there was
I mean-
playing cards.
Yeah, I said
so
there
If
was
no one has
playing
playing
cards.
cards, it might not be
Oh,
a
no,
bad thing
no.
to keep.
No, I don't want them.
There's actually a couple decks of them, so
Oh, who wants
there's
playing
Hey,
cards?
there's
yeah,
I
I'll
would
take
love.
I'll take one because I want to
Okay.
teach
there's
Rowan how to
there's
do
4 decks
something.
of playing
Okay,
cards.
everyone but Una's taking a deck because Una
Perfect.
has her own deck. Una
Oh,
has her
you have
own
a deck
gambling
too.
set.
Cool.
You guys have a deck of
I'm
playing
feeling
cards.
really good. What to do with them?
I'm gonna
Okay,
feel
so
so
then
much.
we have the paper, the studded leather, the papers that have the stuff written on the studded leather, the cart, and the 2 horses.
Yep.
I'll ask Ponder. We're a good place to sell a cart. And the armor would be.
Oh, there's kind of a few places around here that travel around. He'll give you directions to what kind of business would just a general? Would it be like a
Well,
general
almost-
store?
I
Or
mean,
we could go to
A
like
large city
stable.
would probably have a carter, someone who actually
Yeah.
builds
Okay, yeah,
and
he'll say-
sells carts.
Yeah, okay. He'll tell you where the carter is in town that you can go.
There's like a used car dealership somewhere.
That's probably a
The
carter.
carter. What else do you want to do for this first night?
Anything?
Nora
Well-
would probably try to teach Rowan how to play a classic card game from their village and probably would mess up the rules completely.
That's the best way to teach someone.
Yeah, and Han,
Cuts?
when my brother gets back, I'd see if he want to play like whatever game we always play with each other.
That's fine.
Yeah, so my character would go to the forge,
Mm-hmm.
check on the work that he had left,
Yep.
and try to finish that up.
Yeah, it's
Oh.
basically you had the sword basically done before you went, so now
Sure.
it's just the enchanting process that's gonna.
So
take
then
2
he would
days.
basically take probably an hour or so
Mhm.
to get he would wrap the handle in leather and kind of do a little bit of engraving on it,
Okay.
do some etching, whatnot, just to finish it off, finish the piece before it's ready for enchanting.
All right.
And then he would go back and try playing some like pinochle or
King's Corners or whatever.
yeah.
Flapjack!
No.
But across the face slap.
No. Well.
Yeah, this is like,
What do you want, Aaron? I see you making motions.
Nora, what is this card?
Is it just like a regular?
It's a regular playing
Playing
deck. The only thing that is different is I based this off of actual original playing cards, so
Okay.
the decks are a little bit different. Instead of hearts, or instead of diamonds, there are coins. Instead of hearts, there are cups. Instead of spades, spades are the same. Clubs are rapiers, or like swords.
Mhm.
So it is basically the same, except for
Different symbols.
different symbols.
Swords, coin, cups, and
Do they
spades.
call them by the same thing? Like 4 of
Or-
cups?
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
a 4 of cups.
I would.
It's a 4 of cups.
What about this card?
That one's a 6 of rapiers.
What about this card?
And she just continues to do this for every card that he asks, and she doesn't seem to get
Card
flustered.
size 52?
Yes. Well, yeah, we're gonna say they are. I think they were. When I was researching it, it looked like they were.
So
Thanks for the
in
prompt, though.
France, and I'm sure some listener eventually will correct me, they actually had in between, I think it was in between Queen and King, there was Duke and Duchess.
Yeah.
There were extra
Mhm.
Yes.
face cards.
Yes. And I almost did that, but I was like, no, the Italian playing cards had the same symbols as the French ones. It's just they didn't have the Duke and Duchesses, so that's why I was like, I'm gonna just keep the regular symbols. I'm already making it confusing by making them different. Okay.
That is all.
All right. So you wake
Before-
up the next. Oh,
Before, when we go to bed, because are we in our own rooms or are we in like a
you're still
common
in the shared
sleeping?
common room, unless you guys went to an inn and got like a private room.
Okay, sounds good. Never mind.
I was gonna say we'd be in the shared.
Yeah.
Save money.
So, I mean, I would like to have kind of a narrative scene concerning the acquisition of Hans and Franz's new channel divinity feature.
Oh, I have that plan.
You have that.
I have that plan.
Okay, I won't
So,
worry about it until
here's-
you bring it up then.
Yeah. So basically, what we're gonna do now is you guys have been rewarded 3 downtime days, and you told me what you wanted to do. There's a couple things that are being done together. So some of the things I had listed that you want to do together. Let me find it really quickly. There's too many notes. Okay. Visiting Hughes might be a joint activity. Shopping for magical items. Megan said you might want to take somebody with you when you go back to the bar place. I remember you said that. And then selling the gear from the bandits.
Yep.
It was joint. Selling the gear for the bandits, we'll
It's
just...
just the cart and horse.
Yeah, just the cart and horse.
Wait,
um,
we want some of
Or
our
do
horses?
we want to board them, or do we
I
want
say
to?
we keep the horses, so we start
Yeah.
getting our own.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. Okay,
We're
so you
gonna
just sell
pay
the
for
cart.
boarding, so I guess we'll try to find someone to board the horse.
What can we board them at?
Yeah, you can board them at the guild.
Okay. And then do we just want to keep the cart then? Because having a cart is
All
kind
cart,
of
we've got 2 carts.
Well,
one
no.
was
No, one of them was the guild.
No, they bought.
No, we
Oh,
bought
yeah, we
you
bought
did.
one in Mirefield.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
So then we'd sell one and just
Yeah.
keep
Okay.
one. We don't need to.
So
Which
for-
one's better? You know.
Yeah.
Which one gets better mileage?
Which one's got
The
the
one
better
you bought in
rims?
Mirefield
Yeah.
was a bit nicer because it wasn't.
A bandit's wagon?
Yeah.
But do we want to sell the nicer one to get more money back?
Oh, no, it's good to have reliability.
Okay. So for the studded leather armor, you get 25 GP, and
Oh.
then for the cart, you get it's 15 gold.
I can't remember what it was in Xanathar's or whatever.
Yeah, I think it's
That's
15
up
gold.
to you.
Yeah, it'll give you 10 gold for it.
Okay, so total of 35.
35 gold.
Okay.
Party fun.
Alright,
Sweet.
Okay.
Ooh,
you
we're
guys
at 1,005, you guys.
Holy crap.
All right. So,
We need that diamond.
what do you guys want to do on the first day? And are there joint activities you want to do on the first day?
Hearing what happened with the things, I want to go to Hughes now.
Why'd
Okay.
you point it on the
Because he
front?
wanted to go to Hughes too.
And I definitely want to go to Hughes.
Okay. First things though, actually in the morning, you guys wake up and you're eating breakfast, and one of the servants comes over to your table and is like, there's a very pretty young woman here to see who wants to see you.
Is her name Marie?
She said her name was Rihanna,
Looking at me.
but
Yeah, Una's gonna get up and go then.
Okay.
I'll get up certainly.
Okay. Making
Yeah.
my way downtown. Sorry.
Now, did the servant say that to the group, like looking at all of us?
Yeah.
Because you just stared at Megan.
Sorry,
the whole
sorry.
time.
It's the leper. You guys go towards the front kind of entryway of the guild hall where more of the offices are, and you see the woman you met last last night, standing there. She's not wearing riding leathers. She looks a lot more put together today. Kind of looks a little bruised up, like you can kind of see by like her collarbone. But she's
gonna give her a good bear to eat.
Okay.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Takes exactly 1 hit point.
Hey, oh my God. Hey, a bruise is a hit point.
Yep.
She'll eat it, and she's actually wearing like a very nice dress today. And her hair looks tied back pretty in a very intricate looking braid. But it's a different style than yours, where it looks more like one of those fancy loose braids instead of like, you know, yours is actually meant to stay back in case of like
Out of the way.
And she's like, oh, I hope I didn't call on you all too early. I just wanted to come by and get my stuff from last night and say thank you.
When we got back last night,
Mm-hmm.
I would have asked Arthur when to do this when we got around to other stuff.
Oh, about
If he could, like, if there's anything broken or really, like, you know, even scuffed badly from the fall and whatnot,
Okay.
I'll throw him a couple gold pieces to fix it.
Concerning the saddle?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, Wayne, the master spec.
well,
No.
Arthur.
Pendragon.
The groom
stable
man-
master.
the
Still
groom
master.
one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry about Arthur.
Okay. Are you guys taking her out to the stables to like show her the stuff?
Probably.
Okay.
well, do you have a way to get it back?
I do actually. And she goes out to the stables, and kind of. I'm trying to think. She goes to the stables with you guys, and Arthur greets you and shows you where the stuff is. That from last night. It looks like it got cleaned up a little bit, but it definitely got damaged a bit. And then she's like, "All right, can one of you set it in here?" And she like grabbed like a bag from her side and just holds it open.
Okay.
And it just Mary Poppins
Swoop.
into it. Whoop!
Where did you get one of those?
I made it.
I remember a story about Rob trying to steal one of these once. Did a really piss poor job of it. And then when they stole it, they ended up giving it back anyway. It was really weird.
No, brother, that was a backpack.
That's
No,
what
it was a portable hole.
No, the portable we did get.
It
It was
was
the haversack that you didn't get.
Yeah.
No.
No,
Yeah.
yeah.
Which one was
Yeah.
it? I thought it was the hole that the guy was in.
No, that's what you got.
That's what we got.
How? How long does it take you to make one of those?
I gotta look. It takes me a couple weeks or so to make one, but it's not impossible. Just in something to work on in my free time.
Could you make me one? If I paid you, of course.
No, I won't make you one.
No.
But she'll pull like another one out. And she's like, "But I will give you guys one as a gift. Thank you."
Oh.
What?
Thank you. Very generous.
Did you give me?
Now she yelled out,
Oh,
and
fair.
you were squeeing, so I got it.
Fair.
She'll tell you, reach inside and turn it inside out. There's something else in there for you.
It totally does that.
A book falls out onto the ground.
Nora's just peering over to the book, just like,
What's the title?
what is it? What is it?
Rowan's got her like the back of the. Hey, it's not yours. It's not yours.
Leave it. Sit.
Who is gonna pick it up? Does it look like a spell book?
It does look like a spell book.
Ooh. Thank you.
You said you were interested in learning some spell casting, and I never had much luck with mine, so it's just been sitting in my room for the last 2 years. So thought it might go to use with somebody who actually wants it.
Oh, thank you. This is so kind.
The one spell in there you mentioned that you were interested is in there, the familiar one. That one's a bit tricky to do the first time. The other one is a little bit easier. Comprehend languages is pretty common.
Oh, perfect. Thank you.
Actually, common is the most simple language to learn.
Huh.
It is. Pronunciation is strange in some ways, though.
Rhiannon.
Luna's gonna take one of her braids that's like kind of in twisted, cut it off, and give it to her as a gift, like one with shells and glass beads on it, and like make it into a bracelet and give it to her as a thank you.
Never seen them wash those.
She's like, thank like takes like a strand of her hair and like cuts it off and like gives it to you too.
Oh.
Like,
Is this a custom of yours?
Some of the women in the tribe did this. I've seen it.
Okay.
They will usually, you know.
I do. I do have a question for you. Hans and Franz was telling me about these stories of these giant beasts. And have you ever heard of like these before? Can you like look and see if there's stories? Like he mentioned like this giant beast, and I just don't believe him. I think he's just telling these tall tales.
It's kind of like the nightmare, or the fire mare, or the smoke mare, whatever you want to call it.
The ghost horse.
I haven't heard anything from about a giant bee, but there's still a lot of books in the library I haven't read yet. What kind of giant animals? Dragons? Giant?
Like mundane animals that are somehow more than they should be. You know, like a bee that's big and, you know, maybe has some sort of magical powers associated with it, or
like a giant magical cat.
Oh, a cat. There are cats, Steve. Those are those are fey creatures, though. They have a couple in the museum.
No, not like a slice of beast. No,
but like a rabbit that may have some sort of magic or story associated with it in the area, or you know, maybe like he'd like throw out like some random animal,
or a pig that grants you wishes.
She's thinking about it pretty hard. She's like, no. Well, I mean, there's lots of stories about magical animals, fairy tales, folk tales. There's mythology from other places. There's stuff from the Fae realm. There's a lot of things that's being recorded in books that I haven't read all of them yet. But nothing you're saying immediately jumps out at me.
Well, if you hear any more like contemporary stories, something a bit more modern, I'd be interested in hearing them from you.
Alright, well, maybe I can come by sometime, or you can come to the school if you wanted. There's a lot of places to sit. The park is really nice. I might be able to get one of you into the library as a guest. Under supervision, though.
I think she's asking you out on a date, Andrew.
Not necessarily.
She already gave her braid to Una.
No, she gave me a lock of hair. Una is currently braiding it, and then is going to be attaching it to her hair.
Yeah, see? They are entwined.
I do really appreciate the offer. I think Nora would be the best one to take you to the library, though. But if you do come across anything,
yeah, any of you.
where do we call upon you at the library?
Nora's eyes are just sparkling right now.
Exactly.
You can just ask for Rhiannon and Thor's, and they should be able to tell.
Just ask anybody on campus.
There's usually there's people who manage the front desk, like the young man here at the front.
Okay.
There's a receptionist.
There's a reception. I'm trying to think what you would call it. Yeah.
So like above table.
Yeah.
How many people go to this academy? I'm just gonna like walk into like
7.
the memorial.
No, she says like say my name.
Say
my
my
name.
name.
Say my name.
So I'm like Rhiannon.
You go to the library, you say her name at the front desk.
Yeah.
Rhiannon
I'm just making sure that that's on the same page.
Like thesaurus.
Thesaurus, yes.
That's right.
Rhiannon.
Source.
Rhiannon.
Source. SORS.
Gotcha. I thought it was like a play on thesaurus.
Or Rhiannon. They should know who I am.
They should know who I am by now. I mean, they're a lot.
But
Maybe that's why I rolled a 1 on my balance check. I drank all my beer.
Well,
You only
That'll
have
do
2.
Rhiannon, thank you very much. I will definitely be coming by to say hello, see if you've heard anything.
yes, and if you have any more stories or anything you wish to tell me, any of you, I have to do a report fairly soon on myths and legends. So anything new would be very interesting to hear.
Well, there was this legend of a giant horse, but I think you already know that one.
Yeah, I'm happy that one had a happy ending.
For the most part, yes.
Is there anything else you guys wanted to ask her or no? Because otherwise, she'll look for an outage. She will laugh at your joke. She'll laugh at your joke. It's very,
Well,
it's a very polite laugh where you're like, she didn't think it was that funny, but she's got pretty good manners. Where she's like,
Oh yeah, he wasn't joking like that. That was
just Rowan.
Yeah. He's very
Well, we do have
blunt.
other things to do today. Thank you for stopping by and offering to help us.
And thank you for your gifts.
well, it's not much, but honesty is, and the willingness to help others is a very rare thing to find in the world. So I wish you luck where you guys go, and I hope to meet you and see you all again.
It was nice to meet you as well.
And then, I guess she bounces out, not bounces.
Like the old Gummy Bears cartoon, she takes it and like boing and like bounces away.
She actually
Like-
is
like
the
a
hair.
tiger.
She is the hair.
She's the hair.
She's the hair.
That's why the hair.
And she's the
Well, I know who's getting pregnant next.
Okay.
Okay, so did she give us a haversack or?
She gave you a bag
Bagel
holding.
holding.
Okay.
So is it a standard? Like
Yeah,
how?
there's only
Infant
one
is
version
full.
fit.
Oh.
Yeah.
So how
It
big?
is an uncommon, wondrous item. Let me look it up.
It's real big.
We got
It's not that big,
Like
actually.
500.
We
It
got
is.
It's bigger than the handy haversack because
Yeah.
Quite a bit.
But not as big as the
portable
portable
hole. Is Hans and Fran's past tied to what's happening with Nora and Rowan's village? And what will the party get up to now that they're back in Faine? Find out next time on the Guardians of Fehal.